Happy Tuesday, fish keepers. Shoulder is moving in. That's nice, off the physio in a couple of hours' time. Some sort of divine intervention. It's rang a physio, and 3 hours later it seems to be working again, which is kind of weird. Anyway, won't be able to do a lot of stuff still because it's still not 100%, but we'll be able to catch up some stuff. I don't feel like a bag of dicks today, so that feels great. Mentally means I can do stuff again, so I'm sure it's not going to take 3 hours to set up a live stream. But there are some things we are going to do today, so let's check them out. Because I didn't do any water changes in the displays last week, we're doing a water change here, water change here, water change here, and then through there as well, and through there. These are nice and simple. We're talking hose in, hose out type scenario, so it won't be too drastic for me to get them done, which is nice. Shouldn't cause any major issues on the shoulder. A couple of these tanks have slowed down a little bit again. We'll just see how that works with said shoulder. If it goes all right, I'll get up here and do a bit of maintenance, and then if not, it might have to be tomorrow. But hopefully we can get up and get my arms into some tanks. I'm going to probably try and do some water changes and through this tank because the bristle nose make it quite messy, and through that tank because the bristle nose make it quite messy as well. I've said it before and I will say it again multiple times. Sponge filters suck. The door's crying again, so I'll get my Sakimoto thingamajiggery onto that. I'll do that right away as soon as I get off doing these videos. Get that sorted out. And you might be able to hear, might not, it's raining inside on the skylight, or skylights, which is fun times. We got some NLS cichlid back in stock yesterday, some Sierra Insect, which is easily my most favourite overall general pre-packaged food, and a couple other bits and pieces in this here in the NLS range. So if you're looking for some of that, we have it. Fish Science, we're back in full range again in the next week or so. Pretty close to running out of that, which means pretty close to ordering some more of it. Out the back here, we'll be feeding up the glow light tetras multiple times to try and get them nice and big as quick as possible. Happy that we have some fry in there. That's exciting. Speaking of fry, we can do an update. Lemon tetras, I think there's only 4 or 5 in there, not very many. They're looking like lemon tetras, which is neat. Peppered corridors growing quite nicely. They were the mystery fry or mystery cories. We weren't quite sure we were, didn't label them properly. Forgot where they came from. So they're growing quite nicely. T-bars, green severums, golden eye nanocaras all seem to have sort of halted in their growth a little bit. It's not that they're not growing, they're just not growing quite as fast as what I thought they might. These T-bars are probably pretty close to being able to be sellable, to be fair. Might keep the golden eye nanocaras because I lost my male. Might not as well. Gold minnows, still got plenty of them. Growing nicely, they're enjoying life. Dwarf neon rainbow fish. Lots in here, nowhere near as much as what there was. Blue lacustrus. For the life of me, I don't know why there's only 3 or 4 in there. We had like a swarm of them, and then they just decided to hate life. And then we have bronze corridors in through here. They're growing nicely as well. There's plenty of them in here. Plenty of them in here. Got another breeder box full of bronze cories in here, which I will chuck on the other group today, probably. And it looks like they're spawned again overnight. Probably worth taking them today as well. Be rude not to. Be nice if some of you other varieties would, give up the goods and stop just mooching off me for my food and my water. Quite nice now, wouldn't it, guys? Come on. Give up the goods. And the live bear lounge is in desperate need of a good clean, but it probably won't be happening today because I think I've already run out of time. Plant noodles will be going out as soon as they arrive, if they arrive. So need a clean, won't be today, probably too much other stuff on, but hopefully we can get through to it this week. It's not actually as bad as what it looks, just a bit of algae cleaning in through there and through there, and a little bit of detritus on the bottom, and we're all laughing, it's not actually that bad. But once again, sponge filters suck. They're not that good. Time for a bit of feed up on the pea puffers and the coolie loaches. This is the Ocean Nutrition Tropical Quintet, a mix of everything the pea puffers seem to enjoy. Prefer the bloodworms a little bit more, but they do go for the other stuff as well. It's quite a good mix, I quite like it, gives a decent variety. There's Mr. Peabody there. Anything the pea puffers don't eat, the coolie loaches will clean up in no time. Still very happy with how this tank is coming along. Still very unusual to take videos of because it's curved. Plants are beginning to come through, root in, and grow quite nicely. Just needs time to let it do its thing. Chicken wing. No real major issues with the algae in it as well. I think it gives a nice natural type of vibe, particularly to botanical tanks. I think a little bit of algae looks quite nice in them, so happy with that. As long as the algae doesn't sort of begin destroying the plants, I'm okay with it, at least in botanical tanks. Might as well share the love as well. Glow Light Danio's going knacking futs on the Ocean Nutrition Tropical Quintet. Look at them go! They're a lot less picky to the pea puffers. They'll go anything. So I cleaned off the glass, as I do, maybe an hour or so ago. It is already got condensation building up on it. How good is winter and aquariums? So I'm trying to play around a little bit with krill and seeing if we can increase some red coloration in the cherry bulbs. I'm not entirely sure how you prove that, but I'm feeding a lot more of this Sarah freeze-dried krill, just stick it in water, rehydrate it, and then feed it out. So I'm wondering over the next week or so, or 2 or 3 weeks, if all this additional krill into this tank is really going to help add some vibrancy and some extra explosion of the red colours on predominantly the cherry bulbs, but also the pilgrim has got a bit of red on them as well. So I'm very interested to see how that works and if it does anything. But like I said, it'll be quite hard to, I guess, try and quantify that because I don't have another tank that I'm not feeding krill into with the same fish in it. So we'll just see visually over the next few weeks whether or not some red explosions happen in this tank or not. Either way, they're still pretty red at the moment and they're a cool little fish. I guess I could probably do a similar experiment in this tank here, although we set out of this so they get a bit more stressed, the nets going in and out and stuff like that. And they're a little bit younger, but could be another way of doing it over the next few weeks and see if any of these guys get a bit of extra red shimmer to them when getting fed the freeze-dried krill. Got ourselves a few new fish in. Got a half dozen paradise fish, some high fin leertail swordtails which came in for a customer, and some bronze corridors which also came in for a customer. Nothing too much from this supplier or this order. I dare say there might be a few of these left over. I'm not sure about these ones, but definitely I think a few of these left over afterwards. Quite a nice big fish. Nice big leertail on there. And then the paradise fish will go into stock in a couple of weeks when we get through the quarantine period for them.